Welcome to World Action and Reaction News. Today's top headlines are: Russia is the world's second largest exporter of weapons and military hardware in recent years with a 17% share of the global market, Russia's sole state intermediary agency for exports and imports of defense-related products Rosoboronexport said on Monday. Over the past 5 years, the company's exports accounted for 15% of world exports of military products, and Russia's total share was about 17%. Xinhua news agency cited a Rosoboronexport statement as saying, Rosoboronexport managed to enlarge the value of orders for its products to $45 billion in the first half of this year from $42 billion previously, the statement said. The greatest demand for Russian military products in 2016 was shown by countries of North Africa and Asia. The head of Rosoboronexport said the use of weapons in real combat conditions contributed to the growing demand for the S-400 surface-to-air missile systems, Su-35 and Su-32 fighter jets, as well as Iskandari operational tactical missile system, the portable Verba anti-aircraft missile system and a number of other weapons and military equipment. The Cross Line of Control, LOC, bus service between Chakandabah and Rawalakot was suspended on Monday due to tension in Punt district. Indian and Pakistan armies traded heavy fire on the LOC in Gulpur, Kalmara, and Chakandabah areas on Sunday and Monday. 2 persons, including an army soldier on leave and his wife, were killed and their 2 children injured on Sunday when Pakistan indulged in unprovoked heavy shelling and firing on civilian areas near the LOC. The Pakistan Army also violated ceasefire in the district on Monday. Custodian of Chakandabah Trade Facilitation Center Tanveer Ahmed confirmed the suspension of the bus service. The bus service began in 2005 as a big cross-border movement between India and Pakistan to help members of divided families across the LOC meet each other. Chinese experts have warned India against two-front conflict with China and Pakistan, the latest in a series of belligerent statements that have appeared in the media on the month-long border standoff between the two countries. In the last few days, the Chinese state media, which has aggressively taken up the border impasse, has raked up the Kashmir dispute to send a message to India. Aside from the border spat with China, India was also embroiled in exchange of fire along the Kashmir border with Pakistan, the Global Times said on Monday. Both India and Pakistan accused each other of initiating the incident on Saturday that caused civilian deaths on both sides of their controlled border in Kashmir, the newspaper said, quoting reports from India. It would not be a good idea for India to open 2 fronts, it said, adding Indian troops that entered Chinese territory were yet to retreat to their side. China has nothing to do with the situation in Kashmir, but it would be unwise for India to engage in 2 conflicts at the same time, Lin Mingwang from the Institute of International Studies at Shanghai's Fudan University told Global Times. This the second time in as many days that the Chinese media tried to add a Kashmir dimension to the impasse in Doklam, a region located at the narrow but strategically important tri-junction of India, China, and Bhutan. Even as India struggles to join the elite nuclear suppliers group of nations over its failure to sign the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty and as uncertainty continues to surround the global nuclear industry post-Fukushima, Narendra Modi's government has committed itself to nuclear energy in a big way. In May, India's cabinet approved plans to build 10 new atomic reactors that will take the country's nuclear capacity to 63,000 megawatts by 2032. This push to fast-track a domestic nuclear industry will not only help India to achieve long-term energy security and self-sufficiency, it will also contribute significantly towards its sustainable development goals with regard to clean energy. Pakistan is seeking dialogue with India and wants to resolve all outstanding matters, including Kashmir issue, through talks, a senior Pakistani leader has said. Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's advisor Sartaj Aziz on Sunday said Islamabad wanted to restore peace in the South Asian region and would continue extending political, moral, and diplomatic support to Kashmiris until they achieve freedom from India. According to the News International, Aziz said India will have to give freedom to Kashmiris. He said that Indian atrocities in the Kashmir Valley had reached the peak after Hizbul commander Burhan Wani's death last year during clashes with Indian security forces. Not denying medical visas to Pakistanis, waiting for one to Jadhav's mom, Sushma External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on Monday denied that India was rejecting medical visa applications of Pakistanis and asked Pakistan's top diplomat Sartaj Aziz to respond to her letter seeking travel permission for the mother of alleged Indian spy Kulbhushan Jadhav, who is on a death row in that country. Beginning on July 6, India, Japan, and the United States began the 2017 iteration of the Malabar naval exercise in the Bay of Bengal. This year's exercise will last for 8 days and have a heavy anti-submarine warfare (ASW) focus. The exercise is the second since the three countries decided that Japan would become a permanent member of what used to be AU.S India bilateral exercise, with other participants occasionally invited to participate or observe. This year's Malabar exercise is notable on several fronts. First, it's the first naval exercise between the three countries to involve carriers from each navy. The Indian Navy has dispatched INS Vikramaditya, its modified Russian-made Kiev-class carrier that was commissioned in 2013. The United States has sent the USS Nimitz supercarrier to the exercises. Meanwhile, the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force sent JS Izumo, which left Japan earlier this spring for a multiple-month-long deployment to Southeast Asia before arriving in the Indian Ocean for Malabar 2017. Amid the standoff between India and China at the border tri-junction with Bhutan, Congress on Monday said party Vice President Rahul Gandhi has met the ambassadors of the neighbouring countries. The party downplayed the meeting and did not specify its venue or time. Congress spokesperson Randeep Surjewala termed it a courtesy call and said envoys of G5 as well as neighbouring countries keep meeting Congress President Sonia Gandhi and the Vice President from time to time. Be it the Chinese ambassador, Luo Zhaowei, or Bhutanese ambassador, Vetsop Namgyal, or former National Security Advisor Shiv Shankar Menon, Rahul Gandhi met all three of them. Nobody should try to sensationalize such normal courtesy calls to term them an event like the sources of the Ministry of External Affairs are attempting to do, he said. Surjewala said Rahul and other opposition leaders are fully aware of our national interests and are concerned about the grave situation on the Indo-Chinese border as well as the situation arising in Bhutan as also in Sikkim. China and India have been engaged in the standoff in the Doklam area near the Bhutan Tri-Junction for the past 3 weeks after a Chinese Army's construction party attempted to build a road. Dokala is the Indian name for the region which Bhutan recognizes as Dokalam, while China claims it as part of its Donglang region.
Thanks for watching. I hope you like this news. Please share your views in comment box. Please like and share this video. Press subscribe button and bell for auto update to you regarding my channel World Action and Reaction News. Warn.